Hello and welcome to the 2018 live Lake Orion Lions Club Jubilee broadcast. I'm here with Brandon Morrow, who's my co-host, and I'm Andrew Hamilton, an intern at ONTV, and we are bringing to you live this coverage for an hour of the Lake Orion Jubilee.
So for our sponsors here, that's helping put on the Jubilee, we have Buffalo Wild Wings, Malash's Palace, Golden Buick GMC, Lake Orion Self Storage, Baldwin Eye Care, and the Fifth Third Bank.
Yeah, and that's just to name a few. You know, speaking of today, it's gotten a little cloudy over the past few minutes. The wind is starting to kick up, but people are still here. We're all having a blast still, and it's going to be a good time. The Jubilee started yesterday at 5 o'clock, and that's when it kicked off with the ribbon cutting, and it runs through today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Now, we are not the only ones here with you today. We actually have an on-the-street interviewer, Lauren, who's going to be grabbing people around the Jubilee and getting their opinions on the Jubilee. Let's head over to Lauren now. All right. Thanks, Lauren. Now, the Jubilee has a lot of sponsors, as we already mentioned. And all of the proceeds from this event go to the Lake Orion Lions Club so they can continue putting on their events for the community. Now, the sponsors really do put on this show. I mean, you see everyone having fun, and it's all because of them. And they make a great time here, and it's really all about the community, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it really is all about the community, and the sponsors really do help out because they are the ones who help get the money for the rides, for all the games that they have here, and the food, and everything involved with the Jubilee. So we really can thank them for helping put on this amazing carnival, really.
Yeah. You know, because the Jubilee is so fun, there's a lot of people here, and with a lot of people, we have to know how to stay safe here at the Jubilee. I recently had an interview with Lake Orion Police Chief Jerry Narsh, and he explained how him and his team are keeping this event safe for everyone in the community so we can enjoy it like everyone else here today. The annual Lake Orion Jubilee is here, and with it, all of the fun. Lake Orion Police Chief Jerry Narsh explains how they keep this event safe so that everyone in the community can enjoy it.
The short answer would be is we've got a lot of staff on duty during the events. But the long answer is the footprint of what the police department does and how they do that has changed because of obvious community threats. And you can no longer say, well, it won't happen here, it's Lake Orion. You just can't say that anymore. So, but we have numerous officers on staff anytime we have large gatherings in one place in the downtown area. So we've got officers that will be in patrol cars. You're going to see officers on bike patrol, and we have officers on ATV units. So there's a complete presence that allows for the officers to get places quickly and efficiently and effectively, but also additional security measures just because of the day and age we're in.
Chief Narsh explains that in the event of an emergency, call 911. The police department has a detailed map of the event to locate all calls by description quickly, and help will arrive very shortly.
The Children's Park parking lot will be closed at 10 o'clock tonight. We call that the lower municipal lot. It's down between the fire department and Children's Park to allow for setup tomorrow of the beer tent. And for the most part, the roads, it's going to be Broadway Street from Shadbolt down to Front Street, and it's going to be Flint Street from Anderson Street to Front Street. So, or to Lapeer Street, I'm sorry. And that's the usual Four Corners footprint. There'll be traffic diversion routes set up. Emergency vehicles can still get in there if they need to, the way they put that together. And we do a walk through the fire department, the police department, in the village. So we're going to walk through and make sure that it's being set up in a way that's conducive for public safety and emergency response.
It is important to know that the Lake Orion Lions Club does not permit the use of skateboards, rollerblades, or riding bicycles inside the area of the Jubilee. This is for the safety of any small children and other members of the community.
As to parking, there's a lot of confusion with parking. The carnival area, the area immediately adjacent to it, all of the downtown parking and parking lots obviously are open for parking. I want to dispel the myth that business parking lots are public property. They are not. That is private property. And a business owner has a right to say who can park in their property. So we'd ask people to be very careful with that.
For more information and constant updates about the Jubilee and everything else going on in Lake Orion, follow the Lake Orion Police Department's Facebook page. There, you will find more information about the Jubilee or any cancellations of upcoming events.
Yeah, you're going to have fun. Come on downtown. It's a great time. It's kind of like a homecoming event. There's great music, great food, and it's a great environment where a lot of people come downtown. So come on down, join us, have fun, be careful, be safe, be good, and I think everybody then can have a great time.
Once again, for any information regarding the Jubilee, any cancellations of upcoming events, or anything going around in Lake Orion, you can follow the Lake Orion Police Department's Facebook page for constant updates. For Orion ONTV, I'm Andrew Hamilton. With everyone following Chief Narsh's advice, this event is going to stay safe and amazingly fun for everyone here.
The Jubilee this year offers a wristband system that makes you part of the action all day. Thursday through Friday, noon to 5 on Saturday, and tickets only on Sunday.
Now, the Jubilee has been going on for years, and it is deeply rooted in this community. Gerald Palmer caught up with Kim Urbanowski, who is an executive director at the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce, and they discussed how they're connected with the Jubilee.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for coming in. Please introduce yourself today.
My name is Kim Urbanowski, and I am the executive director of the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce.
So Kim, tell us more about your position as the executive director at Orion Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, being a Chamber of Commerce executive director, it is a ever-evolving kind of job. It's a lot of different there's a lot of different aspects to the job. Sometimes you have to be, super serious, and sometimes you have to, just let it go and have some fun. The reality is a unique position because each community usually only has one Chamber of Commerce. And so here in Oakland County, we have 27. And that's, Oakland County's huge. So there are only 27 of us in existence in Oakland County. But it's a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of different people, and you get to support businesses and support other, community initiatives and stuff. And, it's a job that, people get to know who you are, and it's sort of, it's funny. I go to the grocery store and my kids are like, is there anybody that you don't know, Mom? Because we're trying to get in and out of the store in 5 minutes, and it doesn't really work that way. But it's all part and parcel to what goes on in my job, and I love every minute of it. It's been a great 2 years.
This is an event that definitely brings the community together. So you guys did the ribbon cutting last year, so tell us about that.
Yes, so to my knowledge, before I came to the Chamber myself, there was never any sort of ribbon cutting to celebrate the opening of the Jubilee. So a couple of us put our heads together last year and decided that it would be really nice to kick the occasion off. We've carried big scissors around with us everywhere, so need a really good reason to use them. But we invited the Lake Orion Marching Band drumline section to come and do a little bit of a drum roll, kick it all off. And we were right in the middle of the four corners there downtown. And a bunch of people there watching us, and we decided that here we go, we're gonna kick the Jubilee off. The Jubilee's always kind of been a staple in the community. People always look forward to it. My kids have always looked forward to it from the time they were little. But it was a really exciting way to celebrate the opening of it. So the Jubilee expands, the things that are happening around the Jubilee is expanding, Lake Orion's American Summer. So it just really created a lot of interest last year for it, and hopefully again this year for it too.
what would you say is the most meaningful aspects of this event?
Well, okay, so the Jubilee is most meaningful because we live in Lake Orion, right? We're living as a vacation, so we always look forward to the fun. That's what we do around here. That's how this community likes to roll in the summer. So it's important because it kicks off all of the fun that happens during that, I don't know, it's like a week and a half. From the beginning of the Jubilee through their fireworks on Saturday, and then through Lake Orion's American Summer with the restaurant week and the pub crawl. And then through to Lake Orion Fireworks Association dueling fireworks over the lake. It is just, it's an important piece of what we do here, and it brings our community together, actually.
Wow. I really had no idea that the Jubilee's been going on for that long. I mean, I'm sure it had to be an amazing experience to ride on a boat to get to the actual Jubilee.
I'd bet. Now, speaking of amusements, the whole Jubilee. It's an amusing time. We have a ton of rides here. Like, there's a Ferris wheel right over there that goes around and around and around. The elephant ride right behind us. We've got a lot of people going on that behind us. Yeah. What are some of the attractions that stand out to you?
I actually really like the zipper. It goes on just over there. Little past.
Is that the one that you sit in and it goes around and the chairs twist as well?
Yes, yeah, that is the one. Yeah, there have been many stories of people, you know, getting a little sick on that ride, but
I
no,
bet.
I've never been sick, never have at all on that ride, and I've always had a great experience. It's always really fun to see how much your friends can take before they get too out of it, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Yeah, and there aren't just, you know, the Jubilee is a fun time. The rides aren't the only thing here. There are food trucks and stands everywhere. A lot of great carnival food. Like, what are some of your favorites again? The elephant ears?
I really like the elephant ear and the funnel cake.
Ooh,
and of course
cakes.
the lemonade always complements everything. Anything at the carnival. It's just a really good carnival drink.
Yeah, you know, I usually just, my go-to is popcorn, but I think I'm going to have to try out an elephant ear now that you've been talking about it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I bet.
And you know, another really good part of the whole Jubilee, besides the rides and the food, there's actually a good string of games just down on North Broadway over here.
That's right, yeah. We got carnival rides, food, and a whole ton of games along the entire street. So if you want to play some games and win some prizes, that's for you. If you want to test your stomach strength and go on some of the crazy rides, that's for you. If you want to eat some great food, that's for you.
Okay, well, looks like we're gonna have to take a quick break here, but we will be back and we'll keep you informed on all the great festivities going on here at the Jubilee 2018.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor. I've been saved twice, so who says I can't save somebody else?
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
And we are back here live at the 2018 Lake Orion Lions Club Jubilee. It's such an exciting time to be in downtown Lake Orion this summer. Don't you agree, Brandon?
I do. And you know what? There's actually an organization called the Lake Orion American Summer that takes a large part in putting this whole Jubilee on.
Yeah. Scott Smith, one of the fellow interns here, caught up with Brian Burney, who is the creator of Lake Orion American Summer, and they discussed what LO American Summer is all about. Check it out.
Brian Burney, I'm the president and founder of Lake Orion's American Summer. This is our third year here in Lake Orion, and we're very excited to announce that Skelnick Ford has come on for a 3-year presenting sponsor of this great event. So Lake Orion's American Summer is a collaboration of all things Lake Orion and American. We try to partner with as many organizations as possible. We even put together events of our own. For example, Restaurant Week, Pub Crawl, Pool Party. The library has a ton of events going on. A lot of our sponsors have events going on. This is our biggest year yet. We've got a lot of new sponsors, a lot of old returning sponsors. We appreciate all the support. The intent of this event is to make this a destination for as many people in our community and around our community as possible. So they come into Lake Orion and spend money in our businesses, enjoy all of our resources, and potentially move here one day or get involved with our businesses and keep coming back. So it's very important that this is a success, because I think it's an economic driver, and it's also a great event just for the people that live here to stay here and to utilize everything that we have here that we all like to call home. The Lake Orion Lions Club Jubilee is really the kickoff of Lake Orion's American Summer. We partnered with them 3 years ago. They've been long lasting here in Lake Orion. It's been a great tradition. But what we're trying to do is just elevate the Lions Club Jubilee and make sure that that party continues on through the 4th of July. So they're really the kickoff. We do have a pool kickoff party this year, but that's a prelude to what happens here with the Jubilee. But really the Jubilee is the official kickoff. So it's a great 4-day festival. It really gets everyone going, gets them in the spirit, and we're happy to be partners with them, and we look forward to another great successful year.
Hi, I'm Ryan Skelnick from Skelnick Ford. We are the presenting sponsor of Lake Orion's American Summer, a great community event that kind of highlights all the great events going out through Lake Orion over kind of the peak summer time. To me, kind of symbolizes summer's here, the fireworks are just around the corner, and it's a great time to be in Lake Orion. We just got a lot of good things going on, and we're happy to tie in with Lake Orion's American Summer to promote it.
Brandon, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most here at the Jubilee is the fireworks tomorrow night.
The fireworks in Lake Orion really are some of the most beautiful fireworks in all of the country, and that's not even just me that thinks that. In 2016, there was actually an article that named Lake Orion in the top 15 places in the entire country to watch fireworks.
I'm not surprised. With all the amazing sponsors, they really take pride in putting on one of the best fireworks shows in the country. Scott Smith actually caught up with Carl Cyrowski to discuss what the Lake Orion Fireworks Association is all about and how they contribute to the Jubilee.
My name is Carl Cyrowski. I've been in business here in the Lake Orion area since 1987. I'm a commercial real estate broker, and been heavily involved in the community in the Chamber of Commerce, past president, and involved in the lighted Christmas parade. Helped found that 20 years ago now, and it's one of the lighted Christmas parade now is rated #1 in the state, so we got to be proud of that. It's a great event. Yeah. The fireworks, we started out before I was involved. My understanding is that there was a local guy who started shooting off fireworks, and he was able to do a really nice show, so his neighbors start kicking money in, donating to him to make a bigger show and a bigger show and a bigger show. And eventually it became the Lake Orion Fireworks Association. So all the money that's raised goes into the fireworks. We don't rely on any government subsidies or government money, because we know in the past what's happened to that is, like in the city of Pontiac, when they had budget problems, they cut out the fireworks. We just don't want that to happen. But we need everybody to help. We need donations. What I tell everybody, it's your show. donate, do the best you can, and we'll put on the best show we can for the money we raise. We were rated last year as number 14 in the country. So for a small town, I mean, that's pretty high praise for our show. And it's been estimated that there are at least 100,000 people watching the show right in the area. So our show cost, I was told by the people that put the show on for us, that we are the second highest paid show in the state of Michigan, outside of course, Detroit. I mean, that's funded by taxes. Ours is funded just by donations and by fundraising events that we put on. This year, the fireworks will be on Saturday, June 30th. Of course, they start right at dark. And if it should be a rainy day, hopefully it's not, our rain day will be Sunday, July 1st. The reason we do it on a Saturday is the people around the lake like to have a party that night. And if we have to have a rain day, it's still on Sunday when people are off work. So I came up with the idea of doing dueling. So we have two platforms. We have one right out in front of Greens Park on the M24 side of Lake Orion. And we have another platform on the other side, the west side of the lake, for the people who are there. So everybody has an equal opportunity to see the show. And the show is run by computer on these platforms that are very safely out in the middle of the lake and each side of the lake. And the interesting thing is that they're shot simultaneously. Now this year we're going to have a real surprise, and I'm not going to tell anybody till they actually see it. And that'll be the grand finale. It'll be one of a kind.
All right, if you haven't noticed, there's now a bright blue tarp right above us. The rain's starting to come down a little bit, but we're going to keep on going. You know, it's still a good time down here.
Mm-hmm.
People are still enjoying the festivities even though it's raining. Who says you can't have fun in the rain? Like, why was that ever a thing, you know?
Exactly, and you know what? That's why we have the tent, so we can stay out here and enjoy it.
Right. Now, the fireworks tomorrow night start June 23rd, Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. In case of a rain delay, like this one right here, the rain date is going to be the following day, Sunday, June 24th at 10 p.m. as well.
And since we were on the topic of tents, keep in mind that the beer tent right by Children's Park will remain open if the rain date does come into play. Speaking of the beer tent, they will be open tonight until 12:30 and on Saturday from noon to midnight. So you can still have a fun time.
All right, we're gonna head it on over to Lauren right now, who's our on-the-street reporter, to see what kind of news she's getting and seeing how people are kind of reacting to the rain right now. Lauren?
Hi, I'm Lauren Graves reporting live from the Jubilee. I am here with Caleb and Braxton, and they said they have gone on a lot of rides. So what rides have you guys gone on today?
The pirate ship, the mouse trap, which is right behind us.
Yeah, and what did you recently just do?
The jumbo flying elephant ride.
And so far today, what has been your favorite ride?
For mine, it would probably be the pirate ship.
Yeah, and why is that?
I like heights, and it's kind of like a big swing. So. I like the adrenaline rush on it.
Okay, and this is not your first time, right? You've been here before?
I've been here a lot. This is my first time.
So was your first time. Are you liking it so far? Is it new and different?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then any food? So you said you wanted an elephant ear later?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then what else have you done so far? You going to see any of the attractions with any of the stuffed animals?
No, not really.
You should. That should be your next stop. But cool. I see you guys got your wristbands on. And so those wristbands are good all day today and then all day tomorrow from noon to 5. After 5, you can only use tickets to get onto any of the rides. And then Sunday, there's 3. It's good for all day long to have a good time and have fun. All right, I'll send it back over to the guys by the elephants.
All right, so even though it is raining right now, it seems like the rides are still going strong. So, you know, if you want to come down tomorrow and it's kind of sprinkling a little bit, I think you're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really. I've never seen rain take out the entire Jubilee at all, and I don't see why it would start this year.
Yeah, and we've been coming here a lot, so.
We've been coming here a very long time. Yeah, I've lived in Lake Orion for most of my life, and you have too, correct?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, and I've never once been rained out. Even today, we're still here, as you can see. and we still see a lot of people around here just enjoying their time on all the great rides and enjoying their food too.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how great this community is. Not even rain can keep people from enjoying this event that the Lake Orion Lions Club has put on for us. Now, can you go over again the ticket or the wristband system real quick?
Yeah, so the wristbands work from noon to 5 every single day. And they let you on as many rides as many times as you want throughout that time, and it's really helpful. I can vouch for that. Almost every year I come here, I've gotten a wristband, and I've had a great time just being on all the rides, and you never get sick of it at all. It's just really a great time. The wristbands really do help out, and really, just whenever they're available, just try to get it, and you'll have a fun time.
Yeah, and speaking of rides, there are a lot of great variety between the rides as well. Like up here, we see the elephant ride, one of the classics here. We got a Ferris wheel, kind of a staple for any carnival. We've got the ride that you and I were talking about that spins around that I always forget the name of.
Oh, it's actually called the Zipper.
The Zipper.
It spins around, and everyone's in their own little cage container holder, and that spins around as the entire thing spins around too. So you're spinning around twice.
Yep. You also have the ship rides that go back and forth. I think some of them even actually go a full 360 degrees around. I don't know how people do that one, man. That's yeah, that's got to be a strong stomach.
I've managed to get through it every single year. I think I'm going to try it again today, hopefully.
Yep.
And
but we will be right back after this short message. So stay tuned.
If you keep tanning, indoors or out, the effects of harmful rays will show up on your skin. Wrinkles, age spots, and an increased risk of melanoma, the second most common cancer in women 15 to 29. Stop tanning. Time may not be on your side. Learn how to protect your skin at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
And we are back live here from ONTV at the Lake Orion Jubilee with our 1-hour live stream. And Andrew, a little bit before our live stream started, we actually had someone come up and tell us about their local business.
That's right, they did.
It is this place, Future Gallery. FutureGalleryMI.com is our website, and they're having an opening party on the 23rd.
At 8 p.m.
tomorrow and it's an art gallery that they have solo artists, dual artists, and apparently it's just a really great art gallery to come and check out. I'm excited for it.
That's another addition to downtown Lake Orion. All the business here are really great. Like Lockhart's that we can see right over there. They have some of the best barbecue in my opinion. Fork and Pint just went in. Have you had a chance to go over there and eat there yet?
I have actually, and it is amazing. Everything down in Lake Orion is just.
There's a lot of great variety of foods.
There is a really great variety. Yeah, so we got barbecue, and we got Fork and Pint, just American food.
Yep.
And we even got the Sagebrush Cantina just down there on North Broadway.
Yep. And we got CJ's as well.
CJ's is probably one of my favorite breakfast places, to be honest. I love it. It's always a great place to come down and see.
Yeah, that's always a classic in Lake Orion. Now, remember that the local businesses here do remain open during the Jubilee. So even though you might not be able to find as much parking, you're still able to come down and support your favorite businesses. Now, mark your calendars for November 24th, as that is Small Business Saturday in downtown Lake Orion. That's where you can come out and see what all the local businesses have to offer.
And for more on how the Jubilee affects the community, we had AJ Moss discover what the Lake Orion DDA is all about.
The Jubilee has been happening for decades down in the congenial town of Lake Orion, Michigan. It's one of the longest running yearly events that Lake Orion has to offer next to their famous Dragon on the Lake event. The Jubilee highlights the tradition that Lake Orion lives by, having a friendly neighborhood get-together every year on one summer weekend to enjoy a carnival that the city provides to them. ONTV stopped by the Lake Orion's DDA building to get the scoop from the executive director, Molly Lalone, on what they think about Lake Orion's history surrounding the Jubilee.
Well, let's talk about the Jubilee. Why do we have a carnival in the middle of downtown? Who does that? We do. We do that, and we do that because we grew up as a community because of the amusement park that was over on Park Island. And you know, Lake Orion, way back when we were up north, people from Detroit came up here for the fresh air, for the fresh water, and for the amusement park. So the Jubilee honors that tradition, that part of our culture, and that's why we have the Jubilee. And I would like to remind everybody to come and shop in the stores, enjoy the rides, enjoy the restaurants, enjoy the parks, and remember that there's a history there when you're at the Jubilee. And think about what it would have been like to come to Lake Orion and to ride a little boat to an island where the carnival was.
As the Jubilee rolls on this weekend, we hope to see members of the DDA join the community in celebration of past accomplishments and events that have inspired the friendly town of Lake Orion. This has been the ONTV reporter, AJ Moss, signing off.
It is always amazing to see how much passion goes into every aspect of putting on this Jubilee. Now we're going to send it on over to Lauren for another interview on the street.
Hi guys, I'm back on the streets of the Jubilee here with
Rylan, Brandon.
Alrighty, and they're having a great time so far. So you said you went on a lot of rides so far. How many rides have you gone on?
I've gone on all of them.
All of them. And which ride has been your favorite so far?
Probably the thrill rides.
The thrill rides? Which one in general?
Probably there's two rides over there, and probably the ones that spin and throw you upside down. Those ones are fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That got me. Have you been on any rides so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, which ride has been your favorite?
The pirate ship, or you turn back and forth.
Yeah? Good. And have you eaten anything yet?
I've eaten some of the potato chips that they like spin and fry.
Ooh, fancy. How about you, bud?
I haven't eaten anything.
Well, that's all right. Maybe you'll get some of those potato chips later. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good time here at the Jubilee. All right, I'll send it right on over back to you guys at the Elephants.
Thanks, Lauren. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how much this community cares for the community. Like, I don't know, can you explain really how interconnected everything is here? Because it really does feel like this is a extremely strong community.
Yeah, so the Jubilee, it really is like a traveling Jubilee, but every single summer that it comes over to Lake Orion, it's just an amazing experience, and it doesn't feel like it's a separate part, just a traveling, company. It really is a part of Lake Orion in itself, because every single year around this exact time, you see all these different families coming in. I was just seeing some families come in, and it is raining a little bit, but still, people come for the community. They come for the different experience with the carnival rides. They come for the food, and they come for the games. But even outside of that, it's just a great place to walk around. You're always going to see someone that if you stick around here for a while. And there's just the community itself have concerts down in the gazebo sometimes, and there's other community events that go on here.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And again, the Lake Orion Lions Club puts this on, and none of this would be possible without their sponsors. Now, speaking of some of their sponsors, Lake Orion Printing and Design happens to be one of them. AJ Moss caught up with with a member of Lake Orion Printing and Design, and they went over to talk some stuff about how they support the Jubilee.
With all the events going on around the Jubilee, ONTV reporter AJ Moss wanted to take a look at who creates the designs and logos that the community will see around the Jubilee. Lake Orion Printing and Design, who will be creating the designs for Jubilee's pub crawl, restaurant week, and other events incorporated into the Jubilee. Lake Orion Printing Design usually prints on anything from paper to t-shirts to posters and much more in between, as they are a company who has recently started business in the past year in Lake Orion. I called with the owner of Lake Orion Printing Design, Matt Martinek, and heard what he had to say about his company creating designs for Lake Orion's Jubilee.
A lot of the stuff we do with the local businesses, our big one right now is with the Lake Orion American Summer. We partnered with the Bernie Directive, and we are the sponsor, the print shop is the sponsor for Restaurant Week. Emily, our designer, designed the t-shirts this year, so you'll see them during the pub crawl, the Restaurant Week. It's an awesome Uncle Sam with the dragon, kind of trying to tie in 4th of July and Lake Orion all together.
Hopefully now you see where these crazy designs people are wearing around the Jubilee come from, and now understand who's behind the scenes to make all these amazing designs available for the Jubilee. This has been reporter AJ Moss, signing off.
Wow, that really just goes to show how much businesses around Lake Orion are invested and involved with putting on this event for the community. Now, again, if you're interested in printing and design, Lake Orion Printing and Design, you might want to check that one out.
I have actually seen some work at around when I went to when I was at Lake Orion High School, and when we were both over there, I saw some of the clubs and organizations within the school. Their stuff was actually made by Lake Orion Print Design. So that only goes to show how much these shops and places actually have to do with the community itself.
Yeah. Now, as a reminder, all of the businesses around downtown Lake Orion are still open during the Jubilee. So if you're down here, come to the Jubilee and say, hey, you know, I wonder how my favorite shop's doing. You can stop on in and see what's going on. They're still going to be open. Now, we talked about our favorite restaurants here. What about your favorite non-restaurant business?
I think probably my favorite non-restaurant business might have to be Broadway Records, actually just behind us and to the left a little bit. It is this nice little record shop that, well, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen too many record shops, and it's nice to have a little one. I didn't even know it was there until about a year ago. I stumbled upon it one day, and I went in, and I got some things by Michael Jackson and by Queen. It was a really great experience. Those are two really big artists to me.
Yeah, you know, and one of my favorites is Orion Primetime Comics and Cards. You know, they have a lot of new stuff along with a lot of old classic stuff as well. So going in there and just looking around, it's a pretty good experience.
I remember that's where I spent a lot of my childhood, actually, because we both been in Lake Orion for a long time.
We have.
And I just remember when I was a little kid in elementary or middle school, I would just bike down to the shop and get a new pack of baseball cards or a pack of the Bakugan cards or Pokemon cards or something, or something along those lines. And it was just a great time whenever I went in there, and the manager is really nice as well. It's just a great time.
Yeah, you know, you really can't go wrong with downtown Lake Orion. Even if you don't go into any of the shops, there's a park down the road a little bit, and if you just want to take a walk, it's perfect for that. But we're actually going to throw it to a break right now, and when we come back, we'll have even more information on the Jubilee.
When you're dying, what will it be like? You think you may know until you see what hospice can do. Expert loving care that enables more cherished moments, more smiles, maybe one more dance. Turns out when you're dying, there's more living to do. These families discovered what hospice is. See what's possible at momentsoflife.org.
Today, Eric Almirola behind the wheel in that 43 car.
We all have a role to play here at Richard Petty Motorsports. We respect each other, work hard, and that helped us get the big win in Daytona. My partners in the U.S. Air Force also know that it takes a team to make each mission a success. Your coworkers, family, and friends are your team. Treat them with respect, and together you can accomplish great things. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
The Jubilee has been
And And we are back from that short break. We're actually going to have it head right over to Lauren right now with another on-the-street interview.
Hi, I am back here at the Jubilee, and we're here with, what's your name?
Kelsey.
Kelsey, okay. Glad to be here, right? So what have you done so far here at the park?
I went on the ship ride in the House of Mirrors.
Okay, and have you eaten anything?
No, not yet though.
Okay, so why do you come to the Jubilee? I know that this is not your first time here before. Why do you come every year?
I just think it's fun to do because that's not this kind of thing isn't something we get to do all the time, so it's fun when my family gets to do it.
Do you have any, is this like your third or fourth week out of school, right? So is this like a really big event that you're excited for every year?
Yeah, I really look forward to the Jubilee.
Awesome. And have you done anything else so far, go on the lake or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a boat, so we went out on the lake, and we were at an Imagine Dragons concert last night.
Oh, awesome. So your summer's been jam-packed so far. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I hope that you have a great rest of your time here at the Jubilee and that everything goes well. All right, guys, I will send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Now, since we just got off an on-the-street interview, I thought I remembered last year you and Brock Steeb were interviewed by Melissa Kratt at the Jubilee.
That is true. Melissa is a friend of Brock and I's. We were in the television production workshop class at the Lake Orion High School when we were over there, and it was just fun being instead of having to interview other people, she got to interview another friend of mine and I, and it was just a fun time. And honestly, like the reason I was there, that I can't reiterate enough. Just have fun at the Jubilee.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you that, you know, she found friends to interview. This is a community event. It's great for everyone. Now, we are nearing the time to where we sign off, but we do have a few more minutes. So, it feels like we just started with this. Don't you feel like that, Brandon?
It really does feel like we just started. And and that's actually a part that a lot of people will miss about being at the Jubilee. Like, it feels like you just started, and
time flies here.
It flies by so fast. And there's always something that you want to do here. I never got tired at all when I was here, but time really does fly. So one thing I learned, you always have to make the most of what you're doing here.
Yeah, with the countless carnival rides, on top of the carnival games, that they have an entire street dedicated just to carnival games. So if you want to come over and win some prizes, that's the section for you. If you want to come over and ride some awesome rides, that part's for you. If you want to come over and have some great carnival food, that's for you. Now, we couldn't talk about summer without saying the most obvious thing about summer, the lakes and the boating here in Lake Orion. Now, Gerald Palmer, who is another intern here, caught up with the new fire chief, Rob Duke, on how he says to stay safe during the summer.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, we're very happy to have you. Please introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Rob Duke. I'm the newly hired fire chief for the Orion Township Fire Department. I was hired April 2nd. I'm going on short tenure, but it's 3 months. And I'm really enjoying everything and meeting all the new people and just getting used to everything here in Orion Township from my previous position as a firefighter.
Families are coming out. Obviously, this summer it's getting warm, and we tend to do things that aren't really safe. So what are some common practices that families can avoid?
That's a great question. So every year people look forward to the summertime, right? Especially the kids, vacation, camping, family reunions, picnics, and whatnot. So especially 4th of July being right around the corner. So I would say knowing a few fire safety tips and following, common sense instructions to help everyone be safe throughout the summer. So 3 things that I'll talk about. One is fireworks safety. The best way really to enjoy fireworks is to watch a professional display of fireworks such that's going on this coming Thursday or Saturday for the Jubilee, and then again on the 30th in the village. Never light fireworks indoors or around dry grass or dry areas. It's been pretty warm lately, and the ground is dry. Always read the directions and instructions if you are going to use fireworks. Always have a bucket of water or some means of extinguishment, a shovel, something like that, or a fire extinguisher. And if you're going to have a fire extinguisher, obviously you should know how to operate that. And then lastly, really supervise all children around fireworks. You know, you should have a safe area designated because everybody wants to watch the spectaculars of the fireworks display.
This weekend, it's Jubilee.
It is.
Everybody's coming out. And this is the event where everybody comes together and we celebrate essentially the start of summer. So thinking about that, what are you going to do to keep everybody safe this weekend at Jubilee?
So some of the things that the fire department has is planned. So we have emergency operations plans put together. We've worked in conjunction with Lake Orion Police Department, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, obviously the Orion Township Substation. So we're going to have extra personnel with equipment staffed within the village. We're going to be down right really in the center of everything so that we can have a quick response for anybody's call for typically emergency medical services or, you know, really just to keep everybody safe to have a good, enjoyable time. So, I mean, as the emergency management liaison with Oakland County, we've worked with emergency management and, like I said, the Sheriff's Department as well as the Village Police Department, really to keep everybody safe. And one of the big things that, you know, that's a concern now is because of the temperature, it's really hot and humid, so we talk about inclement weather. So, you know, we have places for sheltering in place and just to get people out of inclement weather if needed. Obviously, we'll have, like I said, the fire department will be there to offer assistance, and, you know, we'll be around just to provide that service really to keep everybody safe and enjoy the festivities that are going on this weekend.
Wow, I definitely got a lot of safety tips from that, about dealing with fireworks for the summer for sure.
Yeah, I'll say. So again, we have a lot of terrific things here at the Jubilee. I want to remind you that the beer tent is open from 12 until 12:30 a.m. tonight, and will feature some live entertainment, kind of similar to what we're doing, but with a little more musical talent, if I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of musical talent to offer down here in Lake Orion area alone. There's always a bunch of artists going on the gazebo, even at 20 Front Street just now. There's another one of the local businesses.
Yeah, and all of the gazebo Wildwood Amphitheater concert series going on this summer as well.
It's always a great time. We have more than anyone would think for musical performances, to be honest.
Now, because we've been talking about safety on and off here, we want to take this time to remind you that be safe when you're consuming alcohol. Don't drink too much, and especially don't drive if you've been drinking. You're just putting yourself and other people in harm's way.
Yes, and please always make sure that you have good friends, family, some type of company to make sure that you could drive home or someone to drive you home, and just someone to always watch over you. Safety is key.
Well, with us being in Lake Orion, it's kind of in the name, lake. We have some lakes here in Lake Orion, and one of the most popular activities during the summer in Lake Orion is boating, whether that be boating, fishing, tubing, jet skiing, whatever you want to do on the lake, it is a great time. But again, you have to know how to stay safe while you're on the water. I recently sat down and interviewed Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard, and he shared some tips on how to stay safe while enjoying the water and keeping it fun. Summer's finally here, and with the return of the warm weather, many people are excited to get on the lake and start enjoying the water. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard has some tips on how to stay safe this summer while on the lake.
Well, first, before you even get in the water, as you begin to go to boating season, which Memorial Day typically is like the big kickoff, check your boat, check your equipment.
The equipment that you should check for your boat are your lights, horns, sirens, tow ropes, bilge pumps, fuel pumps, and personal flotation devices, such as life jackets.
It's not a bad idea to have a first aid kit and other kinds of equipment on that boat, and it's important to know how to utilize that equipment. That's a good idea as well. Just having it's not enough. Anticipating if I have to use it, where is it, and what do I do with it?
In the event of an emergency, Sheriff Bouchard says the first thing to do is to stabilize the situation and then find a way to communicate the emergency. It is also a good idea to make sure someone knows when you are leaving, where you are going, and when you'll be back, so that if you don't return when expected, someone will know something is wrong. Orion Township Substation Commander Lieutenant Daniel Toth explains how to properly save someone in the water in case of an emergency.
A lot of people think that a drowning victim is going to cry out for help, okay, and they're going to signal someone and yell. But that's contrary to what happens. When a person is drowning, they are unable to call out for help because they've already ingested enough water into their mouth and their lungs. To the average person that's watching it happen, it actually looks like they're waving at them and they're having a good time.
Lieutenant Toth says the best way to deal with someone who is drowning is to throw them a rope, flotation device, a line, a garden hose if you're close to shore, a tree branch, anything that can float, but do not let them grab onto you.
So you don't want to jump in the water. It may feel like the right thing to do to save a life, but in fact you're putting yourself in danger.
The Sheriff's Department offers one more boater safety class in June that is free, but you must register for it online.
So, take some precautions, be proactive in your own behavior, and then know that if you need help, we're here.
For more information, you can visit oaklandsheriff.com. For Orion ONTV, I'm Andrew Hamilton. We're actually going to kick it back over to Lauren for one last on-the-street interview about how the community feels about the Jubilee.
Hi, I am back one last time. I'm here with, what's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa.
My name is Jara.
Jara. And they have been at the park for a bit now, right? So you said you've been on a lot of rides. What rides have you gone on today so far?
Like the elephant, the boat, the cars, the mirrors, a lot of cool things.
A lot of stuff. I like it. And what did you eat? You said you ate something earlier?
It was kind of like, it was like chips and dip or something like that.
Cool, cool. So it sounds like you guys have got a good time out here at the Jubilee. So I thank you so much. All right. So I hope you guys continue to have a good time, and we'll see you around, alrighty? Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much. I have had a blast out here at the Jubilee, a good time. It's been a good day. It's winding down now, but a lot of people are still out here having a good time, and we'll go till midnight tonight. So I thank you guys. I thank Kent for being out here to be my cameraman, and I want to say hi to my family at home, and I'll send it back over to the guys at the elephants. Bye.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, it looks like we're coming to the end. Well, we're coming close to the end of our live show from the Jubilee 2018. But before we go, we just want to remind everyone that the Jubilee runs through Sunday and that there are plenty of fun things to do and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, once this is over, I'm probably going to grab some food around here because it's really starting to smell really good. Now, the Jubilee is just the kickoff of summer in Lake Orion. Now, we have the Jubilee that runs from right now. A little later on, there's going to be Flare Night. Starting July 11th, the Gazebo Concert Series starts, which runs from every Wednesday up until August 29th. Goling Buick GMC will have one of their classic car shows August 4th. And, of course, the biggest event besides the Jubilee in Lake Orion is Dragon on the Lake, and that will run from August 23rd to the 26th.
And even after the summer, there is still a lot that Lake Orion has to offer. So as the weather begins to cool, the downtown area still has a lot of things to offer. On September 15th, there's going to be a zombie walk. In October, we're going to have a Run with Fire in a 5K, and then we're going to have a Halloween parade. Then on December 1st, we're going to have the Holiday Lighted Parade.
Wow, you really piqued my interest when you said that zombie walk, Brandon.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait to learn more about it too. I'm really excited. If it is what it sounds like, it's going to be a fun time.
Who doesn't love zombies?
Oh, I know I do. But and still, even after the zombie walk, there's still a lot of fun to do.
I know. I'm kind of surprised because it feels like the summer's not going to end because there's so much stuff to do in Lake Orion.
even like we were talking about earlier, time does go by fast. So so you always need to make the most of it that you can. And I know I am. And to be honest, with the Run with Fire, I'm not too much of a fan of running, but the Holiday Lighted Parade, December 1st, I remember being a part of that when I was in the Cub Scouts, and I got to be in that parade. So I can only imagine what it looks like, because I was a lot younger when I was in there, and it was just a super fun time being a part of it. So I'm hoping I'm gonna have the time to come out and see it this year.
All right, now before we sign off, we want to just reiterate some of the main points that we've touched upon this show. Parking for the Jubilee, it's all around. You can park any place that is public parking, but you cannot park in private parking, such as a CVS or a privately owned business. They can tow you away, so please be careful of where you park.
And within the Jubilee, there are a lot of fun things to do. The games, rides, food, and again about the rides. If you buy your wristband from 12 to 5 tomorrow or
Just
Sunday,
tomorrow.
Just tomorrow.
I believe it's just tomorrow, and Sunday is till the end. I'm not.
Oh, that's
100%.
right. Yeah. So tomorrow there's still a chance to enjoy the $20 wristband. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the wind's picking up here, and yeah, the wristbands are completely worth it. It's only $20 per wristband, and you get to ride as many rides as many times as you want.
Yeah, I have my eye on the zipper, dude. Like, I'm really looking forward to going on that.
I think it'll be fun to check out right after this. And I see the Ferris wheel still spinning, and I see some people on there. And even with the rain, still people coming out, and you should too.
Again, the community is great here. Come out down to the Jubilee. We're having a great time. You'll have an amazing time. I'd like to thank you for spending your time with us today. Please don't rule out the Jubilee. It is an amazing time. A lot of fun to be had. Thanks again to Lauren, our On the Street reporter. And for Orion ONTV, I'm Andrew Hamilton.
And I'm Brandon Morrow.
And thank you, and have a great Jubilee, Lake Orion.